That was quick. All right. Hello, everyone. As you can see by the title, having some issues, among other things. That's why I haven't been on. But having a lot of internet issues. For some reason, this landline, I don't even know if that's a proper term, this hard line, whatever, like it's not on Wi-Fi, which is what I do my streaming and my gaming. It's been acting up for the past couple weeks, ever since our power went out. So I don't know if the router went bad. I don't know. I asked my dad to look at it. He doesn't know. So I'm jumping on here. Literally just woke up like 14 minutes ago. Didn't eat breakfast, nothing. I fixed the internet temporarily. We'll see how long this lasts. And jumped on while the internet's working. So basically, I wanted to do the new Wonder flavors. They came out a few weeks ago. Actually filmed a video and everything. Problem is, I can't taste anything. I can taste, out of the 7 that I mixed, 3 of them, kind of. And it's not even like super detailed or anything, but I can taste something. The other ones literally can't taste anything. So I don't really think it's fair to do like a first impression of flavors I literally can't taste. And it's not just their flavors, it's across the board. Things that I've, my all day vapes I can't taste, things of that nature. So I figured I would come on here and at least talk about the few flavors I could taste, maybe smell them, tell you how they smell, and then get into what I've been vaping while I can't taste most of the things that I'm usually vaping, because I've had to go way outside my wheelhouse to even enjoy or taste anything, which sucks, but it's kind of good in a way because I have discovered some profiles that I thought I hated or thought I wouldn't like, and I actually do. So at times when I'm sick or I'm having this issue where I can't taste things, they can be good recipes to use to try to like get me out of whatever this is. And I don't know if it'll help get me out of whatever this is because I still can't taste anything like outside, like my regular flavors. Everything tastes weird or muted. So I don't know how long this is going to go on. If it continues, I might just have to vape unflavored completely, which is not really what I want to do, but I don't know what else to do. I kind of need to be able to taste things. But I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, the couple that I could taste tasted good. So that's a good thing, I guess. I tried the white chocolate milky cream. That was one I couldn't taste. It smells fantastic, and I've heard everyone loves it. I can't taste it. I get like a vague cream, light vanilla, and that's it. Which seems to be the theme of anything like that, is like I'll get a vague vanilla note, and that's it. The apple cinnamon strudel is actually good. It was a little muted, but not as bad as the others. Mainly, I got a pastry dough with a cinnamon note, like a baked cinnamon note, almost like a cinnamon roll, and very light apple. I don't know if the light apple is because of this issue I'm having, or if it's just lighter on the apple. I couldn't tell you that. But what I could taste, it did taste good, and it smells really good. It smells like an apple strudel. Also, mixed almond custard, which again smells really good. Taste wise, I got a bit of like a natural almond, and I say that because like a lot of almond flavorings taste like almond extract. This tastes more of like an actual almond or like an almond milk type thing. So it's a more authentic almond. I couldn't taste most of the custard that's in it. Cream filling was one that I could taste. I feel like I could taste most of them. almost like more of like if you were to make a homemade Twinkie filling, because it doesn't taste quite as processed, but it does have that filmy cream note that you would find in something like that, or in like a puff pastry, or certain types of donuts have it. It's very good. I think I used this one at 1%, and that was pretty good, but I don't know. Again, I'm going to try not to keep repeating myself. I don't know if I needed it at 1% because I'm not tasting it, or if that's just how I need it. I don't know. I did try brown sugar, or no, I tried the creme brulee cookie in a mix I did yesterday, which was a banana butterscotch. I don't know if that mix was just bad, or again, if it's my taste being off, but it didn't taste good at all. I don't blame this because obviously I haven't tested it myself and I'm having issues, but I don't know. I don't know that it's something I would vape anyway, because creme brulee cookie isn't something that appeals to me personally. I don't do bakery vapes all that much. But hopefully if I ever get my taste back, I'll do it. But unfortunately, that's not where we're at. Brown sugar cookie I didn't taste, or didn't test. People online said that it tastes like brown sugar and a sugar cookie. Like there wasn't really a melding of the two. It was very separated, which could be good or bad. I don't know, depending on what you're going for. I smell mostly brown sugar, and I'm not a huge brown sugar fan in vapes because it tends to have that tannin, I think that's the term, flavor to it, where it's like a burnt sugar that's unpleasant for me. But we'll have to see. They have a berry cobbler. Smells like there's like some raspberry in there. Maybe blueberry. Those are like the main two things I'm smelling. Not much cobbler, but there's only so many things you can tell by smelling something. I guess we'll move on to the two other flavors that I actually could taste, and that was the marshmallows. For some reason, I could taste both of them pretty well, at least from what I could tell. They have a marshmallow gooey, which is obviously like a more liquidous marshmallow, and it pretty much just tastes like marshmallow fluff, if you've ever had that. Again, not as processed maybe as a marshmallow fluff, but that general like concept. It's similar to when you make Rice Krispie treats and you have to make the marshmallow sticky stuff, except I don't really get a butter note from it. That's kind of what I'm getting. I have Vapor's Tongue. I'm not sick or anything. And the weird thing is, like with Vapor's Tongue, and I've had it a few times now, unfortunately, I could taste foods and drinks, everything else fine. It's just vaping it. So I don't know why that is. It's pretty weird. The other marshmallow is marshmallow candy. This to me is more of like a freeze-dried marshmallow, like in a Lucky Charms. Like it tastes spot on like a Lucky Charms marshmallow to me. Very good. I love Lucky Charms, and like the best thing about Lucky Charms are the damn marshmallows. I don't know what I'll use it for in a vape because I don't really do cereal vapes, but it's something I don't have already. And it's a good flavor. That was again at 1%. All of them I mixed at 1%. I did increase some of them because I did a video. I don't know if I said that in the beginning. I actually filmed 3 videos because I kept having to redo them because I'm not used to doing the whole pre-recorded thing anymore. I'm used to live, where you're kind of, I prefer live because number one, like the interaction. I know I haven't really been focusing on the chat just because I've been talking, but I like the interaction, and it forces me to be stuck with whatever I'm doing. Because like if I have to like if I have the option to just stop and redo it because I don't like the way that I said something or didn't like the way it turned out or whatever, I'll do that. I don't edit like ever. I think I've only edited a few times, like in the entirety of, filming. And that was back when they had a built-in editor you could use in YouTube, which they don't have anymore. So I don't even know if I have the ability to edit anything anymore, but I don't edit. So doing it live just kind of forces me to be like, okay, this is what it is. Which, I don't know, it's good or bad for you guys, but I feel like you, at least if you're live with me, you prefer it. Probably if you're watching, it's kind of could be annoying because it's long, but I don't know. And yeah, my internet's been acting up. So if it skips or something, which it shouldn't, because I like rewired. As part of the issue is I've actually been having issues with this hardline for a while. It's just recently gotten really, really bad. So I think it's outside of the original issue. But the RJ45 connector, which is just like the plug on the end, it wasn't wired properly. It wasn't seated properly. I used to do, well, I went to school for networking, but essentially, like, this is like the part of the housing. This part is supposed to be partially integrated into the plug, so it's, you know, well seated and it has a good grip. Because otherwise, if you have wires in between here and the plug, it can get loose. The wires, there's more tension on them, and it just tends to mess things up. And anytime I would bump this wire, I lose internet. Like, it actually happened a couple times yesterday when I was on Fresh's show. So I've been needing to rewire it for a while. I just didn't have the tools to do it. So I got the tools yesterday, rewired it. It looks really good. I unfortunately don't know that fixed the entire issue, because we even rebooted the modem last night. Still didn't have internet and just said fuck it because it was like 2 a.m. Today, booted her up. Still no internet, so I had to reset the modem again, and now obviously I have internet. But if it's still skipping and shit, like, that's still not good, because it's a hard line. There's really no reason it should do that under ideal circumstances. So I don't know if the modem's bad. I don't know. But that's what I've been dealing with for like the last 3-4 weeks. It sucks. Anyway, the only other one I mixed up and tried was this one. I couldn't pronounce it when I was doing the pre-recording. I can't pronounce it now. It's some kind of French word, I would imagine. It looks like a French word. Let me see if I'm even focused. Sometimes I'm not. Problem is my hand shakes, so it doesn't focus. I don't know. You can kind of see it. It's Mille. Last name, or second word, is Feuilles. Like Millie Frulet. I don't know. It's some kind of cake, like a layered cream cake, from what I've been able to find online. This was another I couldn't really taste. I get a vague amount of cream and really not anything else. And I tried pushing it up and it didn't help, like, at all. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to keep pushing it. Because if you increase it like by double and it still doesn't taste, like, you can't taste anything, and you're pretty familiar with the brand that you're vaping on, it's just time to stop. Especially when you already know you have some kind of problem like I do right now with tasting things. So, anyway, moving on. The other flavors they have are strawberry baked, which is like a baked strawberry. And it smells kind of like a strawberry jam. I don't know. It smells good. I can't taste it, so. Puff cereal frosted. Smells like grain, brown sugar. That's about it. I don't know what kind of puff cereal it's supposed to be. There's a lot of different ones, but I don't know. By the way, hello, Gizzard. I saw you out there. And ST, hello. Just talking about flavors. I don't know if you'll be very interested in them, but I can try the peach smoothie. Problem is peaches tend to bother me. But who knows, maybe like forcing myself to vape flavors that usually offend me, not like offend and like they don't taste good, but offend and like a throat hit or something like that, which is what I get from peach, is a really bad throat hit. Maybe it'll like, I don't know, bully my taste buds into coming back. Who knows? I did try a couple of people's recipes, one of which I've been wanting to try for a while, but I just never got around to it. And I will tell you what those are because both of them are good and they'll be in my rotation. One will be in my rotation regardless of whether I'm having this issue or not. And then the other one is probably going to be reserved for when I'm sick and can't taste anything. Because I don't really vape mints or stuff like that otherwise. Next one is jackfruit. It smells almost like apple. Like a pineapple. I don't know. It smells tropical, I guess is the best way to explain it or whatever. Or describe it. It smells good though. Yeah, the JF Honey Peach is one I can vape without an issue. There are a few peaches that I can vape without having that wicked throat hit, but for the most part, they all get me. The TFA, the even Flavora's peach I can't do. Wonder Flavors has peaches I can do. I don't have the issue with. And the Jungle Flavor peach. Those are like the two that I can do. Mullenberry, I'm not quite sure yet. I don't remember. I think I was able to do their peach, but it was like one particular peach. I don't know. It's been a while. Coffee cake is supposed to be good, but it actually is supposed to have a coffee note, which if you've ever had real coffee cake, at least the ones that I've tried, there's no coffee or coffee note in them. So that's interesting that they decided to do it that way. But yeah, you can smell a coffee note for sure. Wonder Flavors does have a few coffee vapes, one of which I really like. It's their smooth cappuccino. It's really, really good. The Brazilian coffee, I'm not sure about yet. And I think they might have one other one. I don't think I've tried that one. I haven't single flavor tested the Brazilian, but it smells like it could be hit or miss. So hopefully this is more along the lines of the smooth cappuccino route. We'll see. Hopefully, eventually. Boysenberry Raspberry was another one that people raved about. They said it tasted really good. One person said it's similar to Inawera's Blackberry Raspberry, which they reformulated. I smell mostly a very like those old lady candies that look like they're in like a strawberry wrapper, but it's actually a raspberry. And it's like a foil. It's not foil, but it looks like foil, but it's plastic. I don't know. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. They have that weird raspberry candied flavor. That's what it smells like. Which to me isn't very appealing. I'm not a big raspberry person to begin with, but like a very candied raspberry is something I don't like even more. If I do raspberry, especially in vape, I prefer it to be more natural, because I'm not a big candy raspberry person, but we'll see. People said it's good, so eventually we'll have to try it if I can ever taste again. And then the last one, at least I have here, which is 2, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yeah, there are 16 flavors, so I do have all of them here. So the last one they have is just a puff cereal cocoa, which is, I guess, like a Cocoa Puff type situation. Again, not something that I gravitate towards on a vape, but you never know. Taste change, or you come across something that changes your mind, which we'll get into shortly. They were talking about this, I think, on the show yesterday. It does smell like a Reese's Puff, like the Reese's Puff cereal. I almost get a peanut butter note smelling it, which I don't know if it's there when you actually vape it, but it smells pretty good. I don't know. We'll have to see. I love that cereal. Like every now and then, I try to keep my cereal somewhat healthy, but like every now and then, you just like kind of want a garbage cereal. The problem with those types of cereals, they tear my mouth up. Like Captain Crunch, all those types of things. The berries one, I love the berries one. Can't do them. Like even honeycomb. And I don't remember having that issue when I was a kid with the honeycomb. I can't even do those anymore. Which I guess is kind of a good thing because it makes me not buy them, but it'd be nice every now and then to have something fun to eat or whatever, but whatever. Anyway, so that's the Wonder flavors. Hopefully when things go back to normal, I'll do like an update. But so far of the ones I can actually taste, they're good. And from what I've been hearing from other people, they've gotten good reviews across the board. Like people are really blown away by this new launch. So it's kind of sucks that this is happening to me like right now. But I mean, there's always going to be new flavors anyway. So it's kind of inevitable. But I'll have to report back. So things that I've been trying since I can't taste anything that I normally vape. If you guys have been following me for any length of time, you should know that I don't vape mints. Like I like mint in real life. Like I like mint ice cream. This motherfucker. Blue? Oh my god. My Mentella or my demeanor changed real quick there. She goes on the windowsill, and then she knocks everything over. She keeps doing it like again and again and again. Like she doesn't learn. Anyway. So you should know that I don't like mint. I like mint in real life. I like gum. You know, I don't mind toothpaste, mint chocolate chip ice cream, stuff like that. So like I like mint in real life. I just don't like vaping it in general. Just because, I don't know, it just never tastes that great to me. However, dealing with this issue and times where I've been sick, sometimes when your throat is just really rough, similar to when you used to smoke, like obviously well, maybe not obviously, but when I would be sick, back when I used to smoke, I just wouldn't smoke because it just tore up my throat too much. I couldn't do it. With vaping, I can vape mint and it's fine. I just can't vape regular stuff. So I usually vape mint when I'm sick. And there's only a couple of things that I've tried that I actually like. So in dealing with this issue where I can't taste the things that I vape most, which is like lemons, most fruits, even some fruits where I can taste them initially as I vape it, and we're talking like a 10 ml bottle. By the time I'm getting past like 5 ml, like I start not to be able to taste that either. So I'm trying to go outside of what I normally vape to kind of re-antiquate my taste buds back to normal. I don't know if it'll work. It's just something I'm trying. At least when I'm doing these other types of flavors, I can taste them initially, and then sometimes they just fade over time. So the first one I tried that I actually could taste and like is by Foment Life, something like that. I'm gonna try to find the actual recipe. We'll see if that works. But he is in the Reddit Discord quite a lot, and he happened to be there when I was asking people for recommendations on recipes that were like minty, because I usually don't do them, so I have no idea what's good, if anything. Oh, it's on all the flavors, I remember. It's like the picture is like of a shamrock shake, but it's not a shamrock shake. It's like a wintergreen shamrock shake. But what it ends up tasting like, at least to me, is, and he even said it does taste like this, are those little pink circular mints. Blue? I swear to God, stop it. Just knocking over my monitor and shit. The hell? No, my internet. She's gonna knock my damn internet. Bitch. Anyway. It's like those circular pink mints. I don't know if you've ever tried them. They're kind of chalky. They're kind of older. They've been around a while. I don't know. My favorite mint, if you're going that route, is those Leaf Saver green mints. Those are bomb. Like back in the day, I'd go through bags of them bitches. These days, I try to stay away from sugar, so I don't really do them. And the sugar-free ones just not quite great. Like the taste is okay, but like the texture of the actual candy is different because it's sugar-free. So I just don't tend to do them anymore. But I did find it. It's Wintermint Cream by Foment Life. Now, initially I mixed it a little closer to his percentages. I tried to stay somewhat close, but it still ended up being too much. So I did alter the percentages, which if I always do that. I can't vape stuff at the percentages most people use because they're too high for me. But I kept everything proportionate. Now it is 2.7% Bavarian Cream, 1% Shisha Vanilla by Inawera, 2.7% TFA Vanilla Swirl, 2.7% TFA Wintergreen, and 2% WS23. Now, WS23 was another thing that I could have sworn I just didn't like. However, dealing with all this, it turns out I do like it, actually. It's actually one of the better, if not the best, cooling agent I've tried so far. It seems that when I was using it before, because people kept talking about how powerful it was, I wasn't using enough. I found that at 0.5%, I just didn't like it as much. 1% seems to be where I personally like it at, because it's got a nice cooling. And the odd thing about it, and I've heard people talk about it, but you really only get it on the inhale. When you inhale it, you get the cooling in the back of your throat, and then the exhale, I just get whatever flavor the rest of the juice is. So I kind of like the separation personally, because it means it's not going to alter the flavor as much, or if at all. So I actually do like it. So for this guy's recipe, or girl, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl. I think it's a dude, but who knows? I ended up going with like 1% across the board for it, except the vanilla. I did have to switch out the vanilla. For some reason, Shisha Vanilla sometimes bullies things for me. I did let it steep a day and retried it. It got a little bit better. But I ended up switching it out with Smooth Vanilla by Flavora. Just like the tiniest, like not even a whole drop, because I only did a 10 mil. I did prefer the Smooth Vanilla. But the Shisha Vanilla is okay. It just depends on if you want a more prominent vanilla note. Or if you steep it. If you steep it, that vanilla might calm down a little bit. But if you're doing it right away, you're trying to do it right away like I am, I don't know if you'll want to do that. Or you could just omit it. I mean, I don't think you really need it. The other flavor or mix or whatever is one that I've been eyeing for a long time. It's Viserion. If you don't know who Viserion is, he's the dragon, the big one in Game of Thrones. The one that got turned. It's by ID10T, who I'm a fan of. I haven't tried a whole lot of his mixes, but the ones I have tried I have liked. And I'm very picky. So that being said, it should mean something. This is not really something I would gravitate towards, but because it's by Dave and because of the name and because it's something I don't think I've tried as far as like, because like I'm not a mint fruit person. I've said that so many times. I don't like fruits and mints together. Well, apparently I do to a degree. So Viserion, she's got a lot of flavor if you mix her full strength. I did not, because I think I would die or just rape my taste buds even more than they are, and I just don't want to do that. But for the average person, I think the percentages would be fine. It's just I'm weird, so there it is. So what's in it, I'll tell you his percentages and then mine. There's 2% TFA Bavarian Cream, 5.75% Flavor West Blueberry, 2.75% TFA Blueberry Extra, 4% dragon fruit by TFA, which is a lot of dragon fruit. 0.25% Flavor Express lemon, which kind of scared me because lemon is what caused this to begin with, but I'm like, okay, it's a little amount, so hopefully it'll be all right. 0.25% super sweet. I didn't add super sweet. That would definitely mess my stuff up even more. Super sweet is, I know, mute stuff for me, so I did not add that. 3% TFA Vanilla Swirl and 1% WS23. So what I mixed it at was kind of roughly half of all that. So 1% TFA Bavarian Cream, which is typically where I mix Bavarian Cream at. 2.35% Flavor West Blueberry, 1.35% Blueberry Extra by TFA, 2% Dragon Fruit, 0.13% Flavor Express Lemon, pretty much like a drop, 1.5% Vanilla Swirl, and actually increased the WS23. I originally had it at 0.5%. I did increase it to a whole percent, and I did like it more. So this one, he says that it needs a minimum of a week steep, but it does get better as it sits. I could because when you make smaller batches, it tends to steep. Obviously, if I I figured I want to know what this tastes like because it had been like 4 days, I think. It is really, really good. I was surprised at how much I liked it. I shouldn't have been surprised because it's Dave and he's surprised me before, but I was regardless because I really didn't think that I would like this profile. But it's good. It's like a blueberry cream. I don't really get a whole lot of dragon fruit in it. I'm guessing that's there to accentuate other flavors or textures or aspects of other flavors. I mainly get the blueberry and like the cream. And then obviously the cooling of it. And the nice thing about the cooling, like I said, with WS23, it hits you, at least for me. It might be different for other people, but I think from what I've heard, it's about the same for everyone, where it gets you on the inhale. Like you get the inhale of the cold, the exhale of whatever flavor you're doing. Some people actually mix it with other cooling agents so they can get it in the inhale and exhale. I think they use Polar Blast if they want to get on the exhale too. I don't really know. I'm not going to go that far, at least not yet. Maybe I'll do it with the other one because I do want to mix up more of that other mint because I'm going to make a big batch of this and I'm going to let it steep for, the week or whatever it says it needs. And I'll vape the other stuff while I'm still getting over whatever this is. So maybe I'll try to add like a little Polar Blast to that to see if I can get it on the in and the out. Because I don't mind Polar Blast. I've actually had it in a few things and it was fine. But I didn't think I would like WS23, but apparently I do. I did try a couple of my own mixes that didn't come out as successful. Like I did a root beer because I figured, root beer has like a spearmint or whatever type note to it. So maybe that would be good. I mean, it wasn't bad. It's nothing I would say is like good. Like I wouldn't vape it if I had a choice. And then I tried like a couple, like I did a mint gum that ended up tasting kind of like those white gumballs that are, minty. It was okay. It was nothing I would, again, gravitate towards, but could I use the base for a hazelnut ice cream? Are you talking about Dave's base? What base are you talking about? The Bavarian Cream Vanilla Swirl? I would imagine so. Damn it, did I lose my internet again? Are y'all still here? See, this shit I'm talking about. Like, I can't breathe, and the shit will go out. I'm gonna wait till somebody says something, because I'm not gonna talk to myself. I do that enough on my own. I'll have a vape, since I haven't vaped, like, the entire time. I'm gonna exit and go back in. Sometimes you gotta do that. So you're talking about winter cream? I'll have to pull that one back up. I don't remember offhand what that was. Bavarian cream, Shisha vanilla, TFA swirl. Yeah, that would make a good vanilla ice cream. For sure. Well, that's what I mainly get from the winter cream. If I leave the Shisha vanilla in there, it just tastes like vanilla ice cream. But that's not what I want right now, because I want something heavy on mint to hopefully like shock myself back into normalcy. But yeah, I'm in love with this Fusarion. I'm gonna leave a review on it. I wish more people left reviews on stuff. Like if you mix somebody's stuff, like leave a review. It's just like a little thank you. It doesn't cost anything, but like maybe a minute or so of your time. Even if you say it sucked, if it genuinely sucked and you can kind of provide feedback, I mean, it would help the person, I think. I mean, for me, I would like feedback of any sort as long as it's legit. Because I don't expect everyone to like my stuff. I mean, I don't even like most of my stuff, I would say. But anyway, I'm going to leave him a nice little review. He's got quite a few reviews, and they're all 5-star. Well, almost all of them are 5 stars. There's 1 3 with no notes whatsoever, just a 3, which is annoying. I would say that's almost, especially if it's not a negative, but kind of a neutral, and you don't even give any like notes about it, kind of messed up. But anyway, I really enjoy it. I love it. It's going to go in my rotation. What I'm going to try to do is find at least like maybe 5 different all-day vapes and cycle them like every time I have to make another 30 mil, switch it. Because what I tend to do, and what's been screwing me over time and time again, I'll get in the habit of vaping one particular mixture for months at a time, or even just a month at a time, and then it messes with my taste buds. So I need to just kind of recycle stuff. The problem is like I usually don't have enough stuff that I like to be able to do that, or things that I like at the moment, but I'm just going to have to deal with it. So find like 5 different types of profiles. Like maybe 1 tobacco, which I already have like a tobacco that is kind of like a go-to for me. Or maybe 1 tobacco, 1 cigar, because the tobacco is more of a cigar. And then maybe like 1 minty one like this. Like this would be that type of profile for me. And then I don't even know if I'm going to mess with lemon for a while. I say that now, but it might not. Might not be able to stick to it, but lemon, it just messes me up. I don't know, just different things, like maybe an orange, because I don't really vape orange that much. Maybe throw that in there just as something different, just to keep things interesting. And it forces you to be a little bit more creative, taste things that you wouldn't, or try things you wouldn't normally do, like the Fusarion. I've been wanting to try to mix this for a while, but I didn't, just because I had this preconceived notion that I wouldn't like it, and I didn't want to not like it. But it turns out I did. Like sometimes you just got to do it. And then if you ended up not liking it, then it's like whatever. Like what did you lose out of it? You make a small batch of it, like 5 to 10 mil. Flavorings are super cheap, especially at that low of a mixture. And you just move on. Like it takes you like what, a couple of minutes to mix? It's not that bad. But luckily I did like this one quite a lot. I did buy some more Delosi. Probably not the best time to buy more flavors is when you can't taste anything, but I did, mainly because I am running low on Delosi whipped cream, which is something I use quite often. So unfortunately, I think only DIY Vapor Supply sells it outside of direct from Delosi. and DIY Vapor Supply. As much as I do like them, their selection is phenomenal. They have so many different brands, some of which I've never even heard of. And the amount of different flavors they have per brand is just, I don't think they can be beat, at least not in the States. I think variety-wise, they got it nailed. However, price-wise, they're just slightly more pricey for your flavor, and their shipping is kind of crazy. They ship super fast. Mind you, they're only a state away from me, so that might have something to do with it. But they do ship super fast. I don't have any issue with them except price. Their price is a little higher, and I'm cheap. So unless I need something that only they have, and I have like a few things I can buy while I'm there, I just tend not to buy from them for that reason. So yeah, I went direct from Delosi because for them in particular, it's just the cheapest route. Like their shipping is normal, like your normal USPS standard type shipping, and their flavoring, their pricing for the flavors is cheap. Plus they have the little, they're the tiniest little thing. And I know I've showed most of you before, but just in case you weren't there at the time or whatever, these are their little 3 ml bottles. That's like the smallest size. And then, you know, they have their 10 or 15, whatever this is. I think it's 10. And then higher, you can get them higher too. But if I'm not sure if I'll like a flavor, I'm going to buy it in a small size. So some of them I got in like the little 3 ml, they were like $1. And then the 10 mils were like $2.35 or something like that. I did have a coupon code for my first order. I couldn't find one for the last one, but it wasn't bad, so I just didn't care. So I re-upped my whipped cream and then bought a whole bunch of other flavors, including passion fruit, because I'm pretty sure someone said that was really good, and fig, because I think someone said that was good. I don't remember, but I don't really have a lot of figs in my stash. So at this point, I'm just trying to find flavors that I've either heard good things about or I don't have many of that type of flavor. So like I got a cereal base because I heard their cereal base is pretty good. I also got licorice, black licorice. Not really my thing, but I don't even think I have one black licorice flavor for that reason, because I don't really like it. But if I need to make something with it, or if I have like every now and then I'll get this strange craving for black licorice. I don't know why. I usually end up going with like a absinthe flavor because it's, to me, like the exact same flavor. It just tastes like black licorice to me. And TFA's absinthe is decent. Decadent Vapor's absinthe is pretty good. It's actually something I would vape every now and then. So I usually use it. But if I need it for like a show or like the mix-and-mix-ins, like if we have like a black licorice, whatever, because who knows, I don't really have one. So I figured I'd grab it. And then I got like, I think most of the other fruits that I don't have from them. So at this point, I should have pretty much every fruit that they offer. Because I guess that's where they supposedly, allegedly shine, as their fruits are supposed to be really good. And so far they have been. Among other things, I do like their sweet cream. I love their whipped cream. It's kind of like my new favorite. It just sucks because it's not as accessible as other whipped creams. But it's like TFA whipped cream on crack in a good way. It's like the enhanced TFA whipped cream, meaning that it's a wonderful blending agent, but it has like a tiny bit of flavor. Because sometimes with TFA whipped cream or a whipped cream in general, I don't really want it to have any flavor. I just want it to blend. And that's what I use TFA whipped cream for, because I don't really get much flavor from it. It just smooths everything out and blends things together. Capella vanilla whipped cream, it smooths things out a little bit, but it definitely has a predominant like vanilla note to it, which sometimes I don't want. So the TFA or the Delosi whipped cream is kind of in between that. Like it's got the nice blending agent and then just like a hint of a flavor. So it works really well in most applications for me personally. But a lot of people can't get it because unless you buy from DIY Vapor Supply or direct from Delosi, you can't get it. Like, it's not on BCF, unfortunately. It's not on ECX, at least last I checked. Not on Gremlin, not on Wizard Labs, none of that. So it just kind of sucks. So I try not to make recipes with it, but it's hard because I really like it. Anyway, let me oh, V-Dog, happy birthday, by the way. I think it was your birthday yesterday. We did like a whole little thing. We did a theme show on Fresh's channel. Unfortunately, the mix that I made for you sucked, so it's private. Maybe when I can taste things, I'll try it again. But as it stands now, it don't taste good. So I ain't gonna share it. If I can't vape it, I'm not sharing it. Which cat? There's two of them. Oh, you can only see one. There's actually two. There's one that's like right there. That is a Momo. Yeah, it's a Momo. She's a little sleepy. And she wants wet food. I've been giving her wet food because I've been giving her this it's like a supplement. Because I noticed one day she was sitting and her paws were shaking. Like her joints were hurting or something. And I have noticed that she kind of favors her front paws sometimes. So I looked it up online, and there's this stuff that you can give, especially to, she's an older cat. It's her birthday soon, actually. She's going to be 12. Yeah, she's going to be 12 because she was born in 2007. So I've been giving it to her because it's like a little capsule with powder inside. So they recommend mixing it with like either wet food or wetting their dry food and mixing it in there. So I've been giving her wet food so she'll eat it. And now all she wants, of course, is the wet food. So she'll pat me with her little paw. It's like, bitch, like, you got your wet food for today. That's it. Like, you can't just eat wet food. Like, you can't do that. It's bad for their teeth, supposedly. I don't know. It depends on who you ask. But number two, I can't afford that. Like, that shit's expensive. Like, I buy the good stuff. I don't give my cats, like, none of that crazy. Quality-wise. She's got, like, the blue buffalo. Because that's hand. What is this? Why? But anyway, I have two of them. You just can't really see blue because of the angle of the camera. Let me see. See, there's a blue. Right there. That's as like close as they get to like snuggling. They still don't really care for each other that much. Mainly Momo. Momo just... She's like, I'm too old for this little bitch. Like, she won't leave me alone. She's annoying. And I get it, because like Blue, honestly, as much as I love her, she's annoying. Especially when she does crap that she knows she's not supposed to do, and she does it again and again and again and again. And it's like, what do I have to do to keep you from not doing this anymore? Like, she gets, like, I have these windows behind me, and I have one window open specifically for her so she can sit up there and look outside and all that crap. But no, she wants to walk over to the side where the window is not open, and I have a bunch of shit over there because it's where I have my flavors. So she gets over there, and then she doesn't have enough room, so she's trying to turn around, and when she turns around, she's knocking over shit. She's knocking over my monitor. It's like, you don't get that you just did this like 5 seconds ago and it didn't work and you're doing it again. Like, why? It's very frustrating. And I was spoiled with Momo, because Momo is my first cat, because she doesn't act up like that. I tell her not to do something, she doesn't do it. Like, it's just that. Like, she was like the perfect first cat, because she wasn't needy. Like, there was really, she just as perfect as you could be for a cat. Like, yes, she's a little bit of a bitch. Like, she only likes me and like a select few other people. She's not as friendly as Blue is, but as far as like her demeanor, like she doesn't scratch on stuff, she doesn't like crap everywhere, she doesn't pee on anything, she doesn't scratch me, none of that kind of stuff. If I tell her not to do something, she stops, which is for a cat that's unknown for her. That's, I don't know if that's the right term. Unheard of. That's what I was looking for. Anyway, y'all got me started on cats, but they're like my babies. They're my kids because I'm not having any kids. But look at that. Look how cute. Blue looks a little crazy on camera for some reason, but she's a very sweet cat. My dad even likes her, and my dad doesn't like cats. So, anyway. Yeah, the Blue Buffalo cans of food are big. Like, they have the smaller ones, but I ordered it online not knowing, and I got the big ones, which worked for me because I ended up getting more for my money. But I do like separate them up. But if I were to feed them nothing but, wet food, I would definitely have to feed them more than what I'm doing now just to give them. Because like, I don't have to give Blue anything because it's really just Momo that needs the medicine. But I'd feel bad giving Momo wet food and not giving Blue anything. So I give them both a little bit. I mean, people can feed their animals what they choose to. I just like Blue Buffalo. It's supposedly one of the best foods for your animals. And it's all I've fed Momo her entire life since I got her. I think that's what they fed her when she was at the shelter. Maybe not. Because she was at a shelter. I doubt they would splurge for that. But when I went to PetSmart right after I got her to get, the things that I would need for her. And that's what they recommended. And I've had zero issues. There was like a period of time where I tried to switch her just to see what would happen to other food, like your normal kibbles and bits type shit. And number one, she ate a lot more of it because it has a lot of filler in it. So she's not getting the good nutrients that are in things like Blue Buffalo. And number two, because of that, she was shitting a lot, like a lot more. And it just, I don't know. I switched back real quick because it's just not worth it. It's like, do you want a better quality of life for your animal and no vet visits? Like, I've only had to take her to the vet once the entire time I've had her. And it was because she had like what I thought was an allergic reaction on her ears. But it turns out it might just be a seasonal thing because like every year around March, she gets it. So I think it's just seasonal. But that's it. Like, I've never had to, knock on wood, so far, had to take her to the vet. Whereas other people that I know with pets, they're constantly having to taking them things into the doctor for this or that. So, I mean, there's something to be said for it. Like, better quality of life, better food, no vet. Kind of like people. Like, you eat better shit, you tend to be a little healthier. But whatever. I'm off my soapbox. So I have some Delosi coming. Hopefully at some point I'll be able to taste it. Otherwise, I'm just going to be vaping mint or unflavored because that's the next step. Because, like, unfortunately, I stopped. I have to check, but I thought I was losing flavor in the Viserion because, like, I'm like vaping it. I'm like, oh, this is so good. And I'm like, oh shit, like, am I starting not to be able to taste this too? Like, damn it. Which it is, I think, possibly losing. Like, I'm starting not to be able to taste it as much. So that's why I'm going to, like, finish this 10 mil, make a big 30 mil, let her steep, and go back to the other mint. Because at least if I stop being able to taste that, it's just mint. So it's like, whatever. But that's all I need to do is be blind to blueberry too. What was I gonna say? I don't remember. But yeah, her ear thing, it's either a seasonal thing, like from just being dry, like we have really dry winters. Or I thought it might have been her cat litter because I had switched. Because like I always use, or I used to use Fresh Step because it just works the best, and she didn't have any issues with it. Hi, I hear you. She wants her wet food now. Here, you want to say hi to camera? Ugh, God, she's heavy though. Fresh Step. Why is that so hard for me to say? They changed their formula. They don't use their standard, the one that I used to use all the time. Now they have Febreze and everything, which I'm pretty sure Febreze isn't even good for animals. At least I thought it wasn't good for animals, so I don't know why the... Don't smack me, bitch. That's one thing she does every now and then. She'll turn around and smack me. Like if I'm holding her and I breathe too hard and like it hits her ear, she gets pissed. She just wham. Or if I laugh or something, I'm holding her. I don't know if it hurts her ears. I don't know. But she turns around, she'll just smack me. That's how I'm talking about the bitch. Like she's a little bit of a bitch. But behavior-wise, she is perfect in that regard for the most part. Plus, I try to be a little bit more lenient on her now because she's getting older. And then, you know, little brat here. She gets a lot of attention, and Momo's not used to having to share her attention, so I don't know. Whatever. I'm going to be getting off here soon. I wanted to keep it fairly short, like around an hour, but I don't want to just disappear again. I managed to get my internet working for the most part, so I wanted to hop on here while it was working. And just talk to you guys. So, because like I know I've been very inconsistent lately. Some of it's outside of my control. Actually, most of it last couple of weeks is out of my control because my internet's just not working. The webcam on my laptop is terrible. Like it's a brand new laptop, but the camera in it just sucks. The one on my phone isn't bad, but like I don't have any way to hold it somewhere. And trying to do that for like an hour. I've done it before. It's annoying as fuck. And especially first thing in the morning, that's just not something I want to deal with. Like I haven't even ate breakfast yet. Like I just don't want to deal with that. And no one wants me to be bitchy like the entire time. Like I already am a bitch. Like you don't want that. Why am I going here? Going to the wrong place. But anyway, I'm going to share with you the flavors I ordered from Delosi. They should be here on Monday. Just in case you were curious. And then I think I'm going to get out of here. So I got the black licorice, the cereal-based cream soda. Never heard anything about the cream soda, so it'll be interesting to see how that is. Lychee, passion fruit, fruity pebbles, toasted marshmallow. I only have like one toasted marshmallow. It's by TFA, so I figured I'd grab it. Green apple, which I thought I had green apple already, but apparently no. We'll have to see. Papaya, watermelon, fig, sugar cookie, peach. So we'll see if I'm affected by their peach. Strawberry milk, which I already have, so I got more of it. It was on sale, so I figured I'd grab some more. Whipped cream, which was, again, a repurchase. The whole reason for the purchase. Tres leches, which was also on sale, so I grabbed that. Green tea and vanilla yogurt. So we'll see how those are. Overall, I've been pretty impressed with Delosi. There's only been like a couple I haven't liked, one of which was honeysuckle. Ugh. Like I was expecting to be like TFA honeysuckle to some regard. It's nothing like TFA honeysuckle. I tried to make Dave's Longing, ID10T Longing, which is a beautiful honeysuckle ice cream. But I tried to use it with the Delosi instead, just to see what would happen. Oh, it was awful. It made it so bad. Just one flavor. It just goes to show you, like, one flavor can ruin perfection. Like, it was bad. And then I did a similar thing with Wayne's Honeydew Boba, which is another one of my favorite recipes, using the Delosi, cantaloupe, and honeydew. And it wasn't as bad. Like, it was definitely vapeable, but someone told me that, like, Delosi can be almost too accurate, and I think that's what I was getting from it, because Wayne's Honeydew Boba, I think, uses the TFA honeydew, which is kind of more of like a candied honeydew, whereas the Delosi is very much an authentic honeydew, and the cantaloupe's very authentic. So it ended up being more of like a fruit salad instead of like a honeydew boba type thing, which, again, like I said, wasn't bad. It just wasn't what I wanted or expected. So it was very interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm sorry for the people, if anyone wanted me to do the new Wonder flavors, because I tend to do those. Like, I try to do them, like, for Flora, for Wonder flavors when they come out, as soon as they come out, but I can't taste them. So it's like, I'd rather just wait until I can actually taste it properly, give you guys at least some kind of information about, that they're there, and if they smell good, or the few that I was able to taste, if they taste good. Again, I've heard nothing but good things about this new batch of flavors. So if any of them sound good to you, I would grab them if you can. They're at Bull City Flavors. You can use coupon code MixinVixens for 6% off. I don't think ECX has Wonder flavors. They do have new jungle flavors, though, which I have not tried, so I can't tell you what they're like. But overall, jungle flavors have been good. Like, I don't think I've ever tried anything from them so far that I haven't liked. But yeah, that's about it. Check out Mixin' Vixens tonight in about just under 5 hours for the judging show. We're going to be judged and whatever. Hopefully my internet's still working then. But other than that, if you have any suggestions, comments, recipes that you found that are minty, mostly mints and creams are what I tend to like. However, I do like Viserion, which was a fruit, and WS-23. It seems like WS-23 is what I prefer as far as cooling, and then Polar Blast a second, and the rest I don't like. But who knows? If you have any suggestions like that, let me know, and I'll probably try them, because I'm desperate. Like, I need to taste something. But yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.